Welcome to Korea News Express, bringing you the latest news of Korea this week. Today, we have 3 different stories. Korean items added to global trademark list. Korean webcomics joining the Korean wave. Global Korean Culture Ambassador of 2022. Aren't you curious about the details of the news? Then let's get through this week's Korea News Express. It's the first topic of the day. 6 Korean items will be added to a global list of official trademarks. They are hanbok, soju, gochujang, doenjang, makgeolli, and gimbap. In particular, the NIS classification system lists trademarks of products and services recognized by the World Intellectual Property Organization. When a Korean product is added to the classification, it has a lower possibility of being filed for a trademark abroad. Even if the item is registered, this can be nullified by the classification. Thus, a total of 9 Korean items are on the NIS list. Kimchi was the first to be added in 2005, followed by bulgogi in 2015 and bibimbap in 2016. Hopefully, these activities will serve as an opportunity for Korean culture to be more protected abroad. Let's move on to the second issue. From music to fashion, movies, and dramas, the Korean wave continues to spread around the world. Now, it seems that Korean webcomics, known as webtoon, will join in the wave. Last year, Picama, a webtoon platform operated by a Korean IT company, topped the annual sales of cartoon application in Japan. The traditional Japanese cartoon market was centered on comics that are read by flipping the pages, so-called the horizontal reading cartoons. Vertical scroll comics that can be read conveniently through smartphones began to spread starting from Korea. In the case of one Korean work, it became so popular that the cumulative number of views exceed 500 million. On the other hand, the webtoon platform of domestic companies attracted attention as it started its service in France. In addition, according to Les Echos of France, several French publishers have started webcomic services as Korean webtoons gain popularity by being made into media contents that are available in many OTT platforms. As such, the webtoon industry that has started in Korea has recently had a significant influence on the cartoon market around the world. Let's look forward to various Korean content to be further known worldwide in the future as well. It's the last topic of the day. Global Korean Culture Ambassador 2022 induction ceremony was held last Friday, May 20th. The Global Korean Culture Ambassadors are gathered to promote Korean culture, history, and the present to the world. First of all, 1,856 from 103 countries were selected as the members of the 3rd K-Influencer Academy. In addition, a record high number of people worldwide have joined this year's class of honorary reporters, comprising 4,834 members from 122 countries. Several events with the Global Korean Culture Ambassadors are scheduled to continue this week. Specifically, in the K-bucket list, one of the representative programs of Koreanet, a total of 20 people from the K-influencer and honorary reporters will join a tour of Cheongwade tomorrow at 2 p.m. The Global Korean Culture Ambassadors of 2022 have come together to share Korean culture to the world with love for Korea. We look forward to their performances in the future. And that's all for this week's Korea News Express. President Yoon Suk-yeol, the nation's 20th head of the state, was inaugurated on the morning of May 10th. According to the result of the March 9 presidential election, the new president of South Korea was sworn into office in Seoul last Tuesday, replacing outgoing President Moon Jae-in. Hereby, Yoon has started his single 5-year term, which will last until 2027. We'll be back with more news updates of Korea next week. I'm Sun-young Lee of MBC, the special host for this week. Keep it here on Korean News Express. Thank you.